Welcome to Redtastic. Story 1. Okay, so I won't beat around the bush. I hate my sister-in-law. She's very shallow and mean. She's still very much stuck in the high school bully phase. Imagine a girl that loves causing problems and being in the spotlight, plus always being the victim. And there you go, got my sister-in-law. I never make her feel unwelcome or exclude her. After they started dating, I voiced my concerns but was met with deaf ears. So I just let it be and ignored her. At their wedding, I was seated by the toilet entrance away from immediate family, etc. I decided that I would let go of the grudges and simply treat her like a guest more. Strike one was when she appeared with a white cocktail dress to the wedding. It's okay, I'm annoyed, but it's my day, so whatever. Strike 2 was her complaining about everything and making snarky remarks about how her wedding was so much better than mine. But the straw that broke the camel's back was her blowing up on the idea we stole. For their wedding, she had a huge wedding cake with a color transition, pink to lilac, that was chocolate strawberry filling. My cake also had a color transition, but it was from orange to sunset pink, and the filling was the same as that is literally the only cake I like. She threw a full-blown crying fit accusing me of wanting to upstage her. The drama got so big, sister-in-law kept bringing out petty things from the past, that I had my husband's uncle and cousins literally throw her out. Edit. She was literally lashing out, stomping around like a little kid. You couldn't talk to her like a normal human being. My brother is furious with me and said that I should have just checked with them if we wanted to use the same cake idea, and that I was just looking for a reason to treat sister-in-law badly. My mom said that throwing her out was over the top, that I should just have asked her to leave, and my dad gave an F. My fiancé said that it was a good thing because I'm a doormat to my bigger brother, but I do feel guilty for handling this poorly. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole, OP. Her wedding was better, but you were upstaging her at yours? Sounds like somebody on the narcissistic side. In the end, it was your wedding, and you don't have to host anybody you don't want to at it, especially somebody purposely ruining it. But it's family is often used to excuse bad behavior, but you don't have to entertain it. If you and your spouse feel good about your decision, then that's what matters at the end of the day. She'll either get over it or she won't. My guess is she won't, but that doesn't have to affect your life at all. Now for some comments. She came there to fight. She wore a white dress to the wedding, knowing fully well it's a cultural faux pas. She continued to make rude comments to incite a reaction. She started a big fight over a cake, actually made a scene over it, and disrupted the wedding and said horrible things to you at your own wedding. Tell him that you would throw her out again for disrupting the party on purpose and she wanted a fight. So he would have to choose between the two of you. You will not be apologizing, and that is something he has to accept. Not the a-hole. Jesus, how old is this woman? She can't make a face on the wedding day of her brother, and she thinks that something like a cake is possible to copy. This isn't two artists making the same painting and claiming intellectual property. It's a cake. You both liked the flavor of it with a trendy look. It's a cake. I think you know that she was being mean and petty throughout the whole day, and you had every right to kick her out. Don't let your brother and mother convince you otherwise. That's messed up by them. They should be concerned with how someone tried to step all over your wedding. Not the a-hole. First of all, it's your and your husband's day, so screw everyone else. Also, every wedding you go to before you get married helps you figure out what you want at yours. If it was the same dress, sure, ask. But the fact that you gave her 2 chances to not be a jerk, after she shows up wanting to be a jerk, not the a-hole at all. She deserved to be thrown out. She was begging for it. And brother saying you should have just checked with them if we wanted to use the same cake idea? What? F off, dear brother. Same for mom. By the way, congratulations on your new wedding. Good luck. Story 2. I'm in 8th grade. Yeah, I know I'm a baby. And I've been friends with a girl we all call O since 3rd grade. I was pretty good friends with her for a while, but for a long time now, I haven't really enjoyed being around her, since I've lost interest of being good friends because of how different we are. My mom has always gone over and beyond for O's mother when she needs help, such as babysitting her daughters. or offering her many items such as clothing, toys, etc. And I let O use my Xbox One to play her favorite game, Minecraft. My father had gotten a Galaxy Note 8 but lost interest in it, so he got an iPhone X and put the Note on sale. My father had got a buyer for the phone, but my mom decided it would be a good idea to offer O's mom the phone since she was a good friend of hers. My dad reluctantly agreed to it and we gave it to O's mom for $450. After a while, my dad had started to become angry, since O's mom hadn't paid for the phone. So my mom asked if she was going to pay for it yet. O's mom replied saying that she will pay for it when O's father gets paid this week. But we never received any money. Around early August of this year, my mom asked again about the phone and O's mom resorted to saying that she will be getting paid this week and will pay for the phone. But yet again, we did not receive any sort of payment. Last week in my school, the staff passed out forms to a New York DC trip from December 2nd to 6th for $1,800. I was considering going if my friends went, but none did, except for O when I mentioned it to her. I had turned in the form for it just in case I wanted to go, but O had been turning it in thinking I was going, so that we could go together. I personally didn't really want to go with O since I have gone with her on other trips and it wasn't fun whatsoever. I had informed my mother about it and she was furious. A couple days ago, O's mom texts my mom asking about a cruise to the Bahamas and even asks my mom to ask my dad about it. My mother told my father about it and he was furious because she hadn't paid anything for the phone but was planning on going on a cruise. Earlier today, I asked O if she was still going to the New York DC trip and she said yes. My mom told O's mom I wasn't going, so O started reconsidering going. But she still thinks about going. I believe what they are doing is wrong. So I had told my mother to have no mercy in requesting O's mom to pay for the phone by a short deadline or give the phone back. Am I an a-hole for telling my mom to do this? Your mom needs to stop letting your friend's mom take advantage of her. She should have never given the cell phone to her in the first place without any written contract or down payment. I understand that you might be angry, but this isn't your fight, it's your mom's. Just continue letting her know all you know and advise her to cut off your friend's mom after she's gotten all the money. Your friend's mom sounds like a user. Story 3. My sister has BPD and had whatever they're calling a psychotic break now a couple months ago. She treated her husband terribly and acted out when he told her he wanted a divorce. She acted like a demented child in an attempt to get her way, and now the rest of the family is cleaning up her mess. She was in the hospital for a week, then went to live at a treatment center where she will be for a while. She didn't want to go and was basically forced. I've been really over her bullshit for a long time. My opinion is, mentally ill or not, abuse is abuse. And she's incredibly abusive and manipulative. I'm also angry that she's unable to hear any negative feelings from anyone because she can't handle it right now. She has 2 young children that me and my mom are caring for. Her husband is around doing his part but works a lot. Last week my grandma fell and broke her hip. She's in the hospital and will need to spend a while in a rehab center. On top of taking care of my niece and nephew, I'm also handling grandma. I picked out a rehab center and had everything set up. Well, apparently, my mom told my sister about what's going on. Last night I started getting texts from my sister, who I haven't spoken to since a tantrum, asking why grandma is going to the rehab I picked out. Because of a review she read online saying she thinks she should go to this other one, which is 45 minutes away. Then I get a call from my mom saying she got similar messages. My mom actually had the nerve to say, maybe we should look into it so everyone agrees. Excuse me, what? Everyone completely agreed with what I had arranged, and it made the most sense. Insurance, location, qualifications. And then someone who number 1 will take no part in facilitating this or visiting grandma, and number 2 is too crazy to take accountability for her own actions, but apparently can take accountability for grandma, voices her opinion and we're supposed to listen to it. I put in all that effort to make plans on top of everything else I'm doing. And she looks stuff up on her phone and we're supposed to care? Yeah, how about she comes home and at least takes care of her own kids, and maybe I would be willing to hear it. But considering the circumstances, I am pissed. I feel like you don't get to have it both ways. Are you out of your mind right now or not? You can't act like an adult and need to let other people handle your business while you get yourself together. Okay, then stay in your lane. I told my mom if she chose to change our plans because of my sister, I would walk away from this entire situation. And I mean it. There has to be boundaries somewhere. My mom said I'm forcing her to disregard my sister's wishes even though it's her grandma's too, because she can't do all of this alone. I said, okay, then bring her home and you guys can do it together. You can't do that? Okay then, the people handling it calls the shots. Am I the a-hole? No a-holes here, OP. Everyone loves grandma and wants what's best. But yeah, you're doing the work here and they just second-guess you. Your mom is the one who needs to persuade. You need to get her to see that you cannot do everything you're doing for your family when grandma is at that distance. Tell her sister's ideas will just not work and you need your mom to back you up. I think you want to see that your sister is the a-hole here. Sounds like she has exhausted your compassion. Her life is obviously a mess, but she's not well and she wouldn't be like this if she could help it. She loves grandma, she's trying to get involved. Try to see what she's doing, but stand your ground. You sound stressed. I hope you have someone you can vent to. Now for some comments. Not the a-hole. While it's obvious you have a lot of resentment towards your sister, you are the one looking after her children and now arranging for your grandma's care. It's incredibly disrespectful towards you to second-guess you while you're doing all of this. Not the a-hole. Sister should be focusing on her own treatment and not nitpicking arrangements for grandma. Arrangements that are based on 3 very good variables as opposed to 1 bad review and your sister's emotions. And mom's too, it sounds like. That said, it sounds like you're responding emotionally too. You're stressed out by the family situation surrounding sister and letting it invade the situation surrounding grandma. The 3 of you need to get together, listen to her concerns and then explain yours. Not the a-hole. I have BPD. I have had a psychotic break and hurt all my friends. I then spent 6 months in intensive therapy, fixed my shit and worked daily to get my crap together. I butted my nose into shit that wasn't my business while I was recovering, because it made me feel like I had control over something in a rough situation. Most of my opinions were bullshit and full of anger and not much fact. Disregarding her is the sensible step. It may cause her to have another meltdown though, and it's important that she stays in treatment when that happens. Just as a heads up, you know.